core areas of interest for the Governor Umoino-led administration in Akwa Ibom State is agriculture. In fact, the first letter of his economic development blueprint, the Arise Agenda, stands for agriculture. Agriculture is not just the largest employer of labor in Nigeria. It also has the potential to become one of the largest foreign exchange earners for the country, especially if the right policies and investments are made. A good number of Nigerians are involved in this venture, though most of them seem to concentrate on subsistent agriculture to feed themselves. In Akwa Ibom State, the focus on agriculture goes beyond domestic food consumption, as there is an audacious movement in the direction of agribusiness. This is what has led us to beam our searchlight on the daring and pioneering effort of a young agric investor in Okanafun local government area of Akwa Ibom State.
We're focusing on a different kind of agriculture, and this is the focus on the plant called Sisal. Not very common around here, but it's actually one of the major foreign exchange earners for countries like Brazil, Mexico, Tanzania, and Kenya. And then a lot of Nigerians also import the byproduct of Sisal, especially fiber, which is so very much in use in the construction industry, especially in the making of POP ceiling functions are very many. Used in the marine industry for the production of marine ropes, used in the automobile industry for the making of some car components, and used for a whole lot more. And so this multi-use, this very lucrative plant has been introduced into this part of Nigeria, specifically in Akwa Ibom State, by a gentleman who has gone quite some distance, actually has traversed rivers to bring this plant down here. And we have here a plantation where about 14,000 stands of this stand and about approximately 7 hectares of land. The gentleman is a civil engineer by training, and of course still practices civil engineering, but decided to go into agriculture and actually has become one of the pioneers of the Sisal business here in Nigeria. Engineer Ikpenyong Budo Ikpenyong is his name, fellow Nigeria Society of Engineers. What was the motivation behind your going to the Sisal farm?
Well, I like doing interior finishing for just something I like to do on the side, aside constructing. And the major aspect is always the ceiling finish. So someone once told me that this fiber is a plant. So I started researching into it. A friend of mine, Ukemenya happens to be an in-law in Tanzania, and he introduced me to the Sisal board. So we decided to go visit Tanka to see for ourselves what is going on there. And I went in, saw that this plant looked similar to what I saw in my village square. And then I said, man, this thing can grow in my land. And I said, okay, that's fine. I saw the industry. I saw the thousands of people that were working in these farms. The whole of Tanka plants this, and I was told it's called white gold. And I say, if this is white gold, then why can't we take the gold to Nigeria? The first time we had to, invest a lot of money, because for you to move this plant from one country to the other, you have to certify it in terms of they call a phytosanitary certificate. The Ministry of Agric in Tanzania will have to come check the plant to be sure it doesn't have diseases. They have to contact the Nigerian
Agricultural
Quarantine Services and then confirm that there's no diseases, and you have to pay for that. So because they're going to check each plant before you can move. Then once they give you the certificate, you now think about shipping it, bringing it down, and when you bring it down, put it in nursery. So eventually, the only obstacle is just the cost of bringing it in.
Engineer Ekpenyong, like many of us, had seen the statistics. He saw how many construction tools and materials relied heavily on fiber and how importation was slowly becoming a pandemic to the Nigerian economy. So, in 2021, after much research and preparation, he traveled to the Tanga region of Tanzania, where he imported the first 10,000 plantlets into Nigeria, nursed them for 2 months, then transferred them to the rich soil of Akwa Ibom.
Planting it is very simple. Just do your normal spacing, put it in the nursery for 2 months, and transplanted after 2 months, and then it goes. Good thing about this plant, I didn't do any fertilizer. No fertilizer, just animal dung, and probably the grass. When we weed it, we put it back at the base. So just naturally take
Some
care
kind of compost manure.
Compost manure and all that. It's almost stress-free. And another problem we always have when
it's semi-drought resistant.
Yes, semi-drought resistant.
Today, his Sisal farm spans 70,000 square meters and over 14,000 thriving stands of sisal and another 50,000 square meters nearby. 33 workers tend to the farm, a workforce built not just on pay, but on purpose. Yet, according to Engineer Akwa, even this is not enough. This isn't just about one farm. It's about what could happen if 10, 50, or 100 farms like this existed across Nigeria. Akwa holds Nigeria's only direct license from the Sisal Board of Tanzania to import 10,000 plantlets annually, with each kilogram of sisal fiber priced at 5,000 naira and a ton worth about 5 million naira. It's easy to visualize the immense economic potentials of this plant. Nigeria reportedly spends nearly $20 million annually in the importation of raw sisal into the country, a huge market that can save enormous foreign exchange and create jobs if the cultivation is done within the country.
It's almost something that you can be harvesting round the clock. Because by the time you take from the one end to the next end, this other end is also going to be ready. So in the next 1 month, 2 months, you come back again and harvest. So I think the trick here is getting a lot of people to plant this so that we can get enough commercial quantity. Creating cottage industries. This is a typical way of we encouraging that program as far as the Arise agenda.
What's the major challenge now?
Land. For instance, I've got the license already to bring in the plant, and the market is there. For instance, my farm here, we brought in the first 14,000 plants. It has more than 14,000 now. We took from this same plant and planted another 50,000 square meter across the other road. You understand? So I have a total of about 120,000 square meter of farm. But it still can't take care of Uyo alone. It can't.
No, Ukanafun alone. If
I want to say Ukanafun alone, it can't still take care of Ukanafun.
I'm one of the biggest dealers with when it comes to POP materials here in Akwa Ibom, and we import mostly our materials from. We import the cement from Egypt, and we import the sponge from Tanzania. And sometimes we source this thing from Kenya as well. And we import about 40 feet container of this, which is about 28 tons. That 28 tons is about 280 bells. And as the market is in Uyo here, we are likely to sell like about 2 to 3 containers every year.
This material, people who are into POP, some that have a big contract, they'll buy in bulk. Some used to buy a bell by 100, some by 50.
The sisal plant is a semi-drought resistant plant that grows and yields within 3 years, with the capacity to keep yielding for another 15 to 20 years. Akwa farm processes it all, from leaf to thread, in-house. The decorticating machine strips the pulp. The brushing machine smoothens the fiber. As it were, the solution to some of Nigeria's industrial and construction challenges may just be quietly growing in our backyard. Every year, Nigerians spend billions importing fiber, a byproduct of sisal, from East African countries like Tanzania and Kenya. This product is used across a wide range of industries. In textile and apparel, it is used for the production of garments and other fashion items. In construction, where the bulk of the imports in Nigeria go to, it is used in the production of plasterboards and POP for ceilings and walls. Sisal fiber is also used to manufacture sacks and ropes for packaging, farming activities, and even in the shipping industry. The automobile industry uses it to produce exterior materials for cars and insulation components. Welcome to the world of sisal, cultivated and processed right here in our neck of the woods. Sisal is more than a crop. It's a calling. It's green. It's strong. It's sustainable. And it's rising from Akwa Ibom soil, one plantlet at a time. This isn't just agriculture. It's motivation. It's vision. And it's proof that what we need may already be growing under our feet.
I've been on this business about 5 to 6 years now. But just for me to realize from one of our great people in Akwa Ibom here that this fiber can actually grow here in Uyo. It hasn't occurred to me that the plants can actually survive in our environment and in our climate. But funny enough, I was once in one Sisal farm in Tanzania. I didn't know that these plants can actually grow here in Akwa Ibom. And I feel like the land of Akwa Ibom is blessed with a lot of nutrients for it to sustain this plant.
The Arise agenda of the Governor Umoino administration encourages individuals and private sector operators to key into the vision of improving the socio-economic status of the state. This is what Engineer Ekpenyong and his team are doing with these novel foray into sisal cultivation. This is just the beginning, and with the right support, Akwa Ibom is about to take the lead in Nigeria's fiber revolution.